Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. What's happening, y'all? We have the 12 Days of Wonder Prizewall, and if you are watching this, it's getting pretty close. Or if it is already Christmas, so I want to wish you a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. Make sure it's filled with love, friendship, and some good rest and relaxation. And I hope everything is wonderful for you from the bro. So, let's get started. Let's bro. First off, big shout out to the J Nasty Booty, the JMB. Thank you so much for your help with creating the prize wall. And as always, this is dependent on your roster. I say this every single time. Only you can decide what's best for your roster, but I will break down in terms of what is best to get sort of at what tier and different things. So, if, and this is a big if, you didn't pull Seth freaking Rollins, then your goal right here is Seth shards wherever you could find them. Let me see, there's, oh, that's not it. That's the wrong one. It should be to get yourself some more Seth shards. There they are. Because you want to get yourself Seth freaking Rollins because he is amazing. So if there's a way for you to get him from all of these, that is where you should go. The next is the gears, and I'll go over the gears in a second. If you did get Seth Rollins before this point, then it is also gears, but it is this time plates as well. So this is where you're going to be sort of heading for this. In either case, this is not the answer. If you somehow got up to 17,200 without pulling Seth freaking Rollins or getting his shard recruit up to this point, then I think you might have played this event incorrectly. But that's neither here nor there. If you have him or if you don't have him, those are the two sort of things that we'll start with. So for me, and for what it is worth, these plates are a lot more readily available than the gears are themselves. Usually the Christmas gears only come around once or twice a year. So the first thing you should actually get if you're going after, if that's your choices, is actually to get some of the gears before you go and get yourself anything else on there. All right, so to recap, if you don't have Seth and you got the shards to recruit him, pick up the shards. If you did get Seth, it's going to be gears over plates or plates over gears. Again, it's entirely up to you and then your roster. After that point, so if you've done all of that, then this is where you would come down and get yourself some Santa Evo tokens if you are close to evolving him to the next level. Here's a place where you can get at least 200 or exactly 200, depending on if you get some of these from, there's none in this bag. So that's where you would get your 200 from. Then it would become getting whatever type of econ that you want to get, or if you want to get some 12 Wonder Bags. Then it comes down to, well, if you don't have Seth freaking Rollins, grab him there if you have 17,200. Last on this list is rolling the dice with these. The odds are not very good for you to get anything out of here, except maybe an affiliation strap for Hogan. That seems to be something you might actually use. But these could be absolutely anybody on any era, men or women. The list is very long, so odds are you're not going to get anybody that you're going to need right now. So as long as you're okay with holding on to that one for the time being, that's what it's looking to be with those sort of things. All right, so the questions then of the day is, if you have enough of the medallions to get yourself one of these gears, which gear are you going to get? So if you're most free to play, should be somewhere close to getting Cody Rhodes build right here. So if you're able to get this multiplied gem strength holiday gear, it will be good for two different builds for him, right? So whether you're going to use the sub or the countdown gems, both of them are going to pop damage-wise with this gear on it. So not a bad pickup if you can get your hands on it. If you can get LA Knight's gear, also a good gear to get. It makes his blue setup not only more consistent, but also hit a fair bit harder. If you've seen the videos that, I think DJ made the videos, so definitely go check out DJ Anon ZT if you haven't seen the videos of the 6-star gameplay with him. So that also works. And what's amazing is that Barrett, with his gear, if you're able to get this gear, this 500% submission damage turns him really into a defensive nightmare going forward. And this is, I think, part of the beautiful part of this game sometimes is that a poster that is written off or is only really used when they are a CSS or one of those superstars that you need for a certain tour, that they get a gear or something like a sweater like this, and it totally changes them into something that is better. And this is the case with Barrett's gear. So that is a gear that, again, all three of these gears are good. And if you have a chance to get any of the gears off this prize wall, go for it. And even if that's all you get and you didn't spend any money, that's a win for me. So these gears, more than anything, is your roster dependent. So which of these three do you use? So if you have enough for like one of the three, which one do you choose? I know I'm going to get that question 100 times. The one that you can plug in immediately for the one that you have sort of the highest up that you like using. So that's where I would spend on that in terms of these gears. But definitely gears over plates, because while these plates are useful, they are available all year long. So keep that in mind. When I say all year long, they're in the loots in different places that you can acquire them. Not exactly free, but they are there most of the year. Santa's muscles might be the exception, but you might actually be able to get that along with something else with it. Let me know what you get in the comments. Give it the old like, share, and subscribe. Once again, Merry Christmas to my Christmas loving and celebrating watchers and viewers. For those that do not celebrate, again, a very happiest of the season to you. Appreciate the first year of the bro making videos and y'all sticking around. Thank you so much for the support. And as always, I'll see you the next time we have class. Brofessor out. Well, the bell hasn't rung yet, so it's time to come back to class for just 2 more minutes. I completely forgot that we had these other gears in here as well that you can choose from. So before I say anything about these gears, the gears that I just showed you, those are the ones you should be gunning for because they are on current superstars that are within the meta right now. So that's who I would go for first. But if you have those, you don't want those, or you have superstars here that work for you, then you can get gears within here. And some of them, like Hogan's gear, makes him a much better superstar to play. The same with Becky, that makes her better to play, making Eric Bischoff better to play. So having the gear for any one of these makes them better, but not all the gears are top tier gears that you need. If you have the 2 moments as well, then that makes Bianca someone that you can play. But I wouldn't go out of my way if you have these gears are rather cheap. So these gears you can get if you have an extra 100 or 250 lying around. But I wouldn't spend it on the gear for these 2 right here. This is a no for me. This one's decent. This one's good if you plan to take him up all the way. These ones, not so much. And thank you, everybody, for making sure we all got Foley last year. Can't tell you how much I appreciate all of that. And this one's actually good on Hogan. So it depends on if you have Hogan high enough, and I'm sure that most do not. So there's a quick breakdown of that second one. But again, if you're going for gear, holiday gear, these are the 3 that you should be focusing on. These are the 3 best in there at the moment. All right, this time for sure, Brofessor out.